sana. Asante sana Gavana wa Nakuru, Mheshimiwa kiongozi wetu na Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, Mama wa Taifa Mama Margaret Kenyatta, waheshimiwa viongozi wote, ndugu wananchi wazalendo wa Nakuru, hamjambo. Nakuru hamjambo. Nakuru, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Nakuru, God is good, and all the time. Haya, Mheshimiwa Rais, leo wewe tena unaunda historia mpya kwamba tangu taifa la Kenya liwe huru hakuna siku maadhimisho ya kitaifa imefanyika nje ya Nairobi. Lakini kwa sababu tulipitisha katiba mpya mwaka wa 2010, na hiyo katiba mpya ilibadilisha in a very fundamental way the governance and management of the public affairs of our country. You have decided, Mr. President, that we are going to have national celebrations outside the city of Nairobi. The new constitution, Mr. President, that fundamentally changes the way we transact the business of Kenya. And you, history has been kind to you as it was to your father, that you became the person to implement the constitution that is going to set up the second Kenya Republic. And I want to say here that no other president would have been as faithful as you have been, and no other government would have been as committed with single-handed determination to implement the new constitution as the government you lead, the Jubilee administration. And it is because of your commitment and that of the government to implementing the new constitution that today we are even devolving the holding of national celebrations to our counties. I want to tell the county of Nakuru, congratulations for being the first county to hold national celebrations outside Nairobi. Holding these celebrations here, Mr. President, is significant because of what the governor has said. This county is the county that represents diversity in our country. Every shade of opinion, every community of Kenya, every faith is represented in this county. And therefore it befits that we hold these celebrations as you have directed in Nakuru. Your Excellency, when we passed the new constitution, the people of Kenya collectively in their wisdom passed a new constitution because they wanted to demystify the center. They wanted authority and power shared between the president, the legislature, the judiciary, and independent institutional commissions. And they wanted resources devolved to other units other than the center. Mr. President, I want to say, as your deputy, you have been faithful in implementing that constitution and its institutions and provisions. Today, we have transformation going on in our counties because of devolution. And today, we have a working government working together alongside other institutions which you have agreed to share power and authority, the judiciary, the legislature, and independent institutions. As I said earlier, no other president would have been as faithful as you have been in implementing the new constitution. Mr. President, as we are celebrating our achievements as a country, the people of Kenya, in their diversity, from every county and every region and every faith, and those who voted for Jubilee and those who did not, they are behind you in ensuring that the government of Kenya continue to expand our infrastructure in rail and road, that we continue to make sure that more Kenyans have access to safe, clean drinking water, that more homesteads are connected to electricity alongside our schools and public institutions, that more and more Kenyans access medical care in our hospitals and dispensaries, and that more and more citizens of this country access education, more of our children have access to schools, and more of our young people have access to training in our new technical training institutions. Every Kenyan believes in a Kenya that is undergoing transformation. Now I want to tell you, Mr. President, as your deputy and representing the rest of the leadership here, that we will support you, we will work with you to ensure that Kenya becomes greater. But let me say, Mr. President, even as we move ahead with our transformation, I want to persuade our friends and competitors that in their collective wisdom, when the people of Kenya passed the new constitution, they wanted the management of public affairs in our country to be done on a predictable manner, in a way that is not subject to the whims of personalities or individuals or groups. The people of Kenya did not want the very important public business, because the business of Kenya is so important, it cannot be left to the designs of a few people. And that is why we enacted a new constitution, because many people wanted the center to be demystified. Those who are telling us that we should go back and public business be decided by a few people over a cup of tea in a tete-a-tete, they are taking us backwards. We want, the people of Kenya told us clearly that they want the business of Kenya to be decided by institutions set up by the Constitution, so that it is predictable and it is not subject to the whims of anybody. Mr. President, we told the whole world when we passed the new Constitution that we have passed and given to ourselves the most progressive and robust Constitution. I now wonder why we want to transact the business of Kenya, either over a tete-a-tete, over a cup of tea, or in street engagements clouded by clouds of tear gas. Why do we want to move that direction? What happened to the progressive constitution that we passed that is supposed to manage the affairs of our country. All of us must subject ourselves to the constitution. That is the only way we can remain a nation, and that is the only way Kenya can make progress. It is not possible. It is not possible that if you do not like a decision by an institution that made a decision that is not favorable to you, you say that institution should be disbanded. It is not possible that if the judiciary makes an unfavorable ruling, you say the judiciary should be dealt with. It is not possible that since you don't like a majority in Parliament, you say you have no faith in Parliament. We must be faithful, the whole lot of us. Because if you say you have a problem with the IEBC, you have a problem with the judiciary, you have a problem with Parliament, what are your credentials insofar as the rule of law and constitutionalism is concerned? What then do you believe in? I think these are the hard questions that we must ask ourselves as a nation. And it is important on a day like this, when we are reflecting on our Madaraka, that we reflect on where we are and where we want to go. Your Excellency, let me conclude by saying that today, as we hold these celebrations here, the court decided that our friends in court can have their meeting in Uhuru Park. Because we are a government that respects the rule of law, when the court decided, under your leadership, we accepted the court's decision. I want to ask our friends, the same court decided that they cannot continue with demonstrations in the country. We expect them, therefore, to respect the same court that gave them the permission to hold their rally today, that has told them they cannot continue to torment the country with demonstrations every Monday. We expect them to respect the law as we respect the law as government, because not them, not us, are above the law. All of us must be subject to the law and the Constitution of Kenya. Mr. President, I don't wish to say more than that. This occasion is special. Again, in our midst, Mr. President, you will be pleased to know that not only is this historic because we are holding it for the first time, but in our midst, we have the most beautiful lady on earth today, Miss World. She is right here in our midst. Mireia La Laguna is right here, all the way from Spain. And she has come because this is historic. And in our midst also, Mr. President, is Maria Hafanti, the Miss Asia, again the most beautiful lady in another continent. And they are all here because this event is historic. With those many remarks, ladies and gentlemen, is now my humble